McCoy?
Red?
Are you still on Davy's case? McAdams took me off it.
Yeah, I'll let you know if we learn anything new, Erica. You found her. That's more than anyone else here could manage.
Didn't stop her from being killed. I'm gonna do everything I can to find Sully. But I feel responsible for what happened to Davies.
You didn't kill her, Erica. It's not your fault.
I know. I just wish I could nail the asshole who did. So, McAdams hasn't changed a bit. How long do you think he'll stay?
Probably just until Davies' murder is solved. He's better suited to D.C.
Well, considering how fast he got out of here after Scott died, I think he agrees. So why filling up here?
The top brass says go, you don't ask questions. All right, you do, but McAdams doesn't, even if he doesn't like the assignment. Besides, he knew Davies for years. He wants to bring in her killer.
You almost make him sound like a half-decent guy.
He doesn't have your spirit, Skippy, but that doesn't make him a bad person. Try not to piss him off too much, huh?
No promises. I'm going to go back to my work.
Go get him, Red.
McAdams?
Agent Reed?
It wasn't Tess. She was drugged and locked up in her car before anything happened up here.
Shit. Does she remember anything about the person who came at her?
Nothing too useful. Sir, given what was done to Sully and the case he was working on, I really believe that...
The wise monkey. I thought of that too. I've told IT to get you access to his computer. Get on his computer and find whatever info on this you can.
Abduction isn't part of the M.O. She's gotten bolder. Something must have changed for her.
Find out what? Wise Monkey is your case now, Agent Reed. Find Agent Sullivan as soon as possible.
I'll get back to it.
See that you do.
Information on Davy's case. This place is a mess. At least the file I need is on top. You're gonna tell this crazy story to them over some beers at the next family reunion. Promise. Let's see what you got. Second victim, Nick Stewart, aka DJ Abhorrence. He spun at Jaunty Abyss, a club in downtown Boston. Pushed from a staircase outside the club, stabbed, ears removed. A silver bell-shaped charm was found with his body. Fourth and most recent victim, Heather Ann, a retired opera singer who also gave lessons. Found in her home, she'd been pushed from the upper landing of the stairs, killed on the first floor. Lived alone, no witnesses. Kelsey was one of her students up until last spring. Eyes, ears, and tongue removed. A piano charm was found at the crime scene. The third victim was Colleen Lavery, a sophomore-year Berklee student majoring in performance. Found on a stage at the school, pushed from a set balcony, and stabbed during the night. Her tongue and eyes were removed. This was the first time the killer removed more than one organ. A silver charm shaped like a G-clef was found with her. First victim, Luke Jensen. Recently graduated Berklee College of Music. He was found behind his apartment in Brighton, pushed off a fire escape, stabbed, and his eyes removed. A silver violin-shaped charm was later found at the scene. The case database. I can access closed and current cases here. The wise monkey killer is fixated on the removal of the eyes, ears, and/or tongues of her victims. Each victim has been pushed from a height, stabbed in the abdomen, and then had one or more of these sense organs removed. Cause of death has either been from the head trauma of the fall or bleeding out from the stab wounds. Removal of the organs has always been post-mortem. Kelsey was gaining confidence as she continued to kill. Looks like Sully thought they might all be connected to her, and the deaths were part of some personal vendetta. Makes sense. Revenge killings are fairly common for female serial killers. Her method's particularly gruesome, though. Question is, why Sully? We've only had this case for a few weeks. How'd she even know he was on it, much less have time to plan this? One evidence form coming up. Kelsey Gardner, age 21. Born and raised in White Rock, New Mexico. Moved to Boston to attend Berklee College of Music, majoring in performance and composition. Dropped out in the middle of her junior year. Last known address is in Dorchester. Reported missing by her parents last June after a few weeks of not hearing from her. Last seen entering her apartment by neighbors 2 weeks prior on May 30th. Worked at a nearby coffee shop. Didn't report for any shifts after May 30th. She was suffering from financial issues at the time. Circumstantial evidence suggests she may have run away. Everyone on this list was musically inclined in some way. I need to find out more about Kelsey to figure out where she might have taken Sully. The dean of students at Berklee is a good place to start, and her landlord can probably let me into her old apartment. Let's see what this gets me. I need the charms that are in evidence for the Wise Monkey case.
Thanks to that thief, I've only got one. Fill out the form and it's all yours. I hope it helps you catch that awful woman.
Here's the form.
Okay, hang tight for a minute. Hope that helps.
It will, thank you. I've done everything I can from here. Time to hit the street.
You must be Special Agent Reed.
I am. Thank you for agreeing to meet with me, Dean Chapman.
Of course. Now, how can I help you?
I need some information on a former student, Kelsey Gardner.
Kelsey Gardner. Oh yes, the missing girl. Has she been found?
Not exactly.
Oh, that's a shame. What can I do to help, Agent?
Dean Chapman.
Hello, Agent Reed.
What can you tell me about Kelsey?
Not much, I'm afraid. I try to get to know every student, but with so many of them, it's hard to know some more than passingly. She was brought to my attention while the police investigated her disappearance.
Asking why she dropped out?
Yes, financial problems. A real shame. She lost her merit scholarship after 2 years. Her grades dropped, and then she dropped out during her junior year.
Then what happened to her?
I'm not sure, I'm afraid.
Why not try to get a student loan?
I'm not sure. I think she tried, but she wasn't able to get one.
Why did she have so much trouble getting a loan?
Well, you'd have to talk to a creditor for those details, but it's always an unfortunate situation.
College doesn't come cheap.
No, it doesn't, but the college has costs to cover as well. No magic wand to wave, as it were.
What about her family? They couldn't pay?
Well, I don't know what her family's situation was.
What classes did Kelsey take?
Most of her classes were in performance and composition, specifically singing.
Did she ever take any classes with you?
Oh yeah, she took one of my composition classes.
So you must have known her from that.
Those classes are rather large, you must understand. Now that I think about it, I do remember her being in my class, though she wasn't the most involved student.
Did Kelsey have any friends I could talk to?
I don't know what her social circle was, but I could put you in touch with her old roommate.
I'd appreciate that.
Homelin, could you please contact the former roommate of Kelsey Gardner? Agent Reed would like to speak with her.
Certainly, sir. I'll have her information ready for when Agent Reed is done.
I'd also like to ask you about 2 other Berklee students. They were recent murder victims.
Oh, yes, of course. Has progress been made in either of their cases?
We believe they were the victims of the same killer. Actually, I'm pursuing the possibility that Kelsey Gardner killed them both. I need to know if there was any connection beyond them all going to school here.
You really think she might have killed them? Kelsey? My God, I would have never thought.
You said you didn't know her very well.
No, but I'd be shocked to hear that about any of our students. I'll help you however I can.
Luke Jensen was a recent graduate. Do you know if he and Kelsey had any classes together, or if they were friends?
Well, I'll check our student records. No classes together. They didn't live in any of the same dorms. Oh, here we are. It looks like Kelsey was tutored by Luke in her freshman year in composition.
Were those one-on-one sessions?
Probably. Small group sessions at most.
How did she do in the class?
She got a B that semester, but in later composition courses, her grades fell. Her last grade in that subject was a D.
Sounds like the lessons didn't stick. Colleen Lavery was still a student here. What can you tell me about her?
A bright young woman, very talented singer. Her death was truly tragic, and what was done to her was just awful.
Any connection between her and Kelsey?
No classes together. The merit scholarship that Kelsey lost was awarded to Colleen the next year.
Would Kelsey have known this?
Well, it's possible. Some scholarships announce whom they've been awarded to.
Tell me about yourself.
Well, I've been the dean of students at Berklee for the last 5 years. Before that, I was a professor here. I taught in the strings department, as well as some composition courses.
How much interaction do you get with the students now?
Well, I make the effort to meet all of them at the very least. I still teach one course a semester as well, and of course a few students do their work study in the offices here.
Those are all the questions I have for now. Can you think of anything else I should know about Kelsey or either of the victims?
No, that's all I can think of.
If you think of anything, contact me. Thank you for your time, Dean Chapman.
Yes, of course. Good luck, Agent Reed.
May I take a copy of this?
Well, do you need it for something?
Not really.
Then I'd rather you didn't.
Office of the Dean of Students, Berklee College of Music. Official-looking stuff. I don't have a reason to do that right now. She's not home. I left my card and told her to text me when she's home.
Erica, good morning.
Not much good about it.
Oh, indeed. Dear, you look a mess. What happened? Come tell me about it.
And now I'm trying to find Sully before something worse happens.
That's quite a terrible thing. I'm so sorry for your loss, my dear. And if I can help you find your young man, don't you hesitate to say.
Thanks, Rose. I'm not planning to turn down any help on this one. Hey, Rose.
Hello, my dear.
So what is it that I need to do to use that projection trick you taught me?
Focus on 3 things in the room that are related to the incident you want to remember. And voila! It is that easy.
I'm gonna get going.
Goodbye, my dear.
service. Please check the number and dial again.
Tess must have written it down wrong. Maybe I can use my powers to find the right one. There's something there, but I can't get a fix on it. Hey, Rose.
Hello, my dear.
There's something I need help with. I was trying to get information from an object, but it's not clear. It's like I'm seeing static. Any ideas?
Some items are rarely by themselves. There is a way to make it more clear. What were you looking at?
This paper has a phone number on it, but it's the wrong one. I was hoping to get the right number by using my power on it, but I'm not getting anything helpful.
Remember how you needed more than one item to see that memory of Jean? It's like that. If you can find another item that was there at the same time, an item that shares that moment of history with this one, you may get what you need by combining them, reading them both at the same time.
Finding their synergy?
Yes, you could say that. Find another item to work with that wrong number and bring them back here. Then we can try.
I'm gonna get going.
Goodbye, my dear.
The landlord said her parents are paying the rent through the end of Kelsey's lease. Looks like they came by to pick up at some point. Kind of weird that they'd leave the place looking so lived in yet abandoned. This is the one. Lucky for me, she wasn't using the same kind everyone else does. I have the pen that secretary took down the wrong number with.
Good. Hold them both together and use your powers on them at the same time. It should give you a clearer image, show you the memory that these things share.
617-555-1342.
Uh-huh, okay. I'll give this to Agent Reed when she gets back.
It's working. I've got the number.
And they say synergy's just a buzzword.
Do you think if I combine even more items, I can make a memory clearer? See more of it?
I should think so. If you had a number of items that had been in the same place at the same time.
That'll come in handy. Cordelia's actual phone number.
Hello?
Hi, Cordelia. This is Erica Reed.
Erica, hello! I'm so glad to hear from you.
Sorry it took a while. I'm glad you came by, though. I wanted to talk to you about something.
I was just on my way to visit my brother, in fact. We could meet there in half an hour?
Sounds good. See you soon.